Hey friends, so I am here to give you a quick tutorial on how to build a gang sheet that we can print for you for DTF prints. So I don't know how long you've been following us, but aside from making our own t-shirts, apparel, we also can provide DTF prints for other small businesses or any individual that loves to do their own DIY. That word always gets me. Oh no, it's not DIY. It's DIY. Yeah. So for anyone that loves to do their own DIY or any small businesses that need DTF prints, we also provide those prints for you. So I always get a question of how do I make a gang sheet? I'm here to give you a quick tutorial. And let me tell you that one of the things that you can compare it with is playing Tetris. So the better you are at aligning your designs, the more you are going to get for your money. So I'm going to show you this on Canva. Canva is the easiest way I can make a gang sheet. Of course, if you have Photoshop, Adobe, or anything else, then you can definitely use those. One of the most important things to always remember is always have a transparent background on your final design, on your final gang sheet, because whatever is on the background will print. So unless your design is meant to have a big background, big square, then you need to make sure you remove those backgrounds before submitting your design to us. So let's go ahead. I hope this is a quick and easy video for you. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Send us an email. We are always happy to help you, especially if you are new to building your own t-shirt business. We are more than happy to help you and kind of give you any little tips here and there if you need them, if you kind of are stuck with something. And if you use us for your DTF prints, you would definitely make us super happy. But now that we have expanded and have our own DTF printer, we get super happy when other small businesses use us, because we come with more than just prints. Honestly, when you buy from us and you have an issue with anything, a question about anything, help with designing or whatever, we are always open to help you with whatever you want. We try to be a good source for other small businesses. We have opened our own storefront. It's going on 1 month. Yay! So we're super excited. So if you are local to us, we are in Calhoun, Georgia. Feel free to stop by our store, check out, everything that we have available for you as a shopper or as a small business, because we also provide blanks, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, even kid sizes. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump on in because y'all know I can talk forever. All right, so first things first, go ahead and get your Canva opened. If you don't have Canva, like I said, you can use any other program that allows you to build canvases. If you have Canva, I highly recommend to get the paid subscription Canva. I think it's $12.99 a month because it unlocks so many features. I used to have the free version in the beginning 3 years ago. And then once I discovered how useful Canva is and how much you can design on Canva, I immediately started using the paid one. The reason also because it allows you to remove backgrounds. So I sometimes use Photoshop for certain color changing and stuff like that, but Canva is usually my go-to. Another program that I also use on my iPad is Procreate. Procreate is definitely a really good program to use. I believe it's only available on iPads. And that's what I have on my iPad whenever I'm making designs, especially when you want to have like that distressed kind of look on your design. It has a lot of things. I haven't I'm not an expert on Procreate because it's I feel like it's a big learning curve on Procreate, but I know if I gave it more time, I would definitely get a lot more familiar with Procreate. But Canva is my jam. I love Canva. So, anyways, all right. So once you are on Canva, you can see my blue mouse pointer. You will go to create a design, top left. Once you are on here, you can literally make designs for so many different formats. Right now, the one that I am using is for videos. And then once you click on videos, it gives you on the top different options. And I used the one for YouTube. Well, today we're going to use the one that says custom size. So on here, the largest design, the largest canvas that you can make for us is a 14 by 72. And then if you have more designs that don't fit on the 72 height, then you would just have to create another 14 by 72 to get them fitted. The only reason for that is because Canva does limit the size, the maximum size that you can make. And unfortunately, right now it's like 86 inches and some change, but we just go ahead and nip it at 72. That kind of makes it a little bit easier for you. So first thing you will do is on the unit section, you drop it down and change it to inches. So you will use the width 14 because regardless of how much height you use, the width that we always go with is 14 inches. That is the biggest width that we have. Then the height, like I told you, the longest height that you can use is 72. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and do a 36. That way the sheet on the screen is not so big. I probably should go with something lower, but I'm just going to go with 14 by 36 right now. So then you just click on Create Design. And this is your whole full canvas. So right now, your canvas has a white background. When you are going to download this, you have to make sure to click on transparent background, and I will show you that towards the end. You know what? I'm just going to change it a little bit because I do feel like this is too much. So if you were to go to resize right here, you can easily change the size that you're at. I would go back to custom size and just make it 14 by 24. Click on the box and click instead of copy and resize. So if you click on copy and resize, it's just going to make an additional project. So I never click on copy and resize unless I'm purposely making multiple projects. Anyways, so you just click on resize this design. So you just give it some time, click again on resize this design. So now this is how my canvas looks. Okay, so this is a little bit better. So down here, you can play around with how much you want it on your screen and zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so once you have your canvas, you go to elements. If you want to add certain elements, certain designs, I'm telling you, Canva has a bunch. So it kind of shows you your reasons. So you can guess from my reasons what I was trying to make. I was working on a design for Chicago Bears. So let's just say we want like Christmas stuff. I'm just gonna go with if I can spell, Christmas clip art. So let's just say I want to design with the Christmas tree. Well, there's my Christmas tree. Once you start playing around with the corners, it's going to resize it. The circles resize, the dashes cuts. So that's cutting my whole design. I don't want to do that. Let me just put it back. I want to resize it. So this is a 10 by 11. Obviously, that is humongous on a shirt, but depending on the size of shirt that you have, whether it's an adult or a youth size. So let's just say we're going with a youth size. I'm just going to go with a 6. If I need multiple of these, I will duplicate it. And now this is where you play Tetris. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and flip this one over. And now I have two. Now let's say I want a little ghosty. And this one's going to be tiny because it's going to be like a pocket size. Well, my ghosty fits perfectly right there. Or if I need to, I can flip it around or play around with it to make sure I get the most out of my sheet. So to make sure my little snowflake is not going to get cut or touch the green, I can zoom in and see how everything is looking. And I've got a little bit of wiggle room. So there we go. Boom. That's going to be easy to cut once I have my gang sheet. I'll be able to, put the scissors through here and through there. And now I have 3 designs that fit perfectly on that 14 width without, having unused space. So if I just continue to do this and just pick random, look, this is a cool design. Look at that. Normally you would go on Etsy and probably pay like $3 to $5 for that. Canva has a lot of this stuff that you can use for free with the paid subscription. I think this one probably wouldn't be free on the free subscription. So it's one of those, like, if you're going to be designing a lot, then, definitely the paid subscription on Canva is well worth it. So you can tell already where I'm going with this. I already have 5 designs on this gang sheet, and I can continue to add as long as I continue to play around with Tetris. So you can fit them randomly here. Okay, so now you see my gang sheet is pretty much full, but I did want to bring up a really good point here. So if you have a design, for instance, you can upload your designs right here where it says uploads. You can upload your own file. So like if you have designs that you have purchased from other vendors and stuff like that, this is where you will upload it. As you can see, I have a bunch of designs. That's because I have purchased a bunch or I have personally made a lot of them. So this is where all of your designs that you have uploaded to Canva will be at. So once I chose the designs that I have created to put it on my gang sheet, there are many times when they will have a lot of empty space. And what do I mean by that? So this design was uploaded directly from Canva. This is a perfect design in the sense that there's no empty spaces on the sides or above. This one I uploaded from my personal stuff that I have, and this one does have a lot of empty spaces. So in reality, when you're sizing it, it is taking those empty spaces in consideration. So this is not a 7.5 by 7.5 design. Once you start removing, cropping that empty space, the size is going to change. So now it's a 7.5 by 6.6. If I continue to do that, you will get the true size of the design. There are times when Canva is going to give you an automatic, what is that called? An automatic guide. I think that's it's the right term to use. So right here, like once I cut it, you see that purple dotted line that appeared. I don't know if you can see it. Right here, look. So you see if I'm sizing it, that little purple dotted line that you see right there, it's aligning it with the Santa Claus hat. It will give you automatic guides. There are times when you can zoom in to avoid those lines when you want to get very precise. So you might need to zoom in on sometimes to avoid those automatic guides. So for this one, I'm going to remove that. And I'm scrolling up and down to make sure I'm not cropping anything. If I want to get like really, really, really accurate, then I will, play around with this one. Then I go to the bottom one and I do the same thing. So now all of my empty spaces are gone. Let me take this off. All of my empty spaces are gone. And now I have a true design. So now this design is 6 by 5.5, 6.4 by 5.5. Huge difference than a 7 by 7, 7.5 by 7.5 earlier. So you have to pay attention to those empty spaces to get a true size. Because if you were to have sent this to me and then when you received your print and you measured it, you would have been messaging me and saying, hey, you printed the wrong size. You didn't print the size that I wanted. That's not the right. And it was not me. Because whatever file you sent us, we don't do any editing or any altering to sizes or anything like that. We print just the way you send it to us. So make sure you pay attention to all of those empty spaces. If you send us a single design and those spaces are there, we do take the courtesy to crop it to where it's just the design, and then we do resize it to the size that you requested. That's on a single design because it's easy. It doesn't really take time to do that. But when it's a gang sheet, we have zero ability to move any of the designs or adjust the sizing or quality or anything like that, because once you send us a file of your gang sheet, everything basically is welded. We can't change anything. So when you are creating a gang sheet, please pay attention to those empty spaces. So now I can play around with this one and kind of see where I can put it, to ultimately be able to fit like something else right here. Another thing that I personally like to do, or we like to do with our clothing, we have our tag sizes. Tag sizes. So, for instance, in those empty spaces, I can fit tags. So, like, I have an extra large t-shirt size right here, or extra large size, whatever. And those are usually like 2 by 1 or something like that. So literally 2 by 1.4. I can fit one right there. I can fit another one there and another one. There you go. Oh, another thing, when you're duplicating things on Canva and they're the same, Canva will automatically memorize the space between each one or something like that. I don't know. Canva is very smart. So once I duplicated, I can fit more and more of these all over my page. And then, boom, now I have tag sizes, um, size tags that I can put on my apparel. And you see, whenever I was far away, and if I move this, it was moving at the guidelines that Canva was doing. But once I zoomed it in, I had more liberty on moving it where I wanted it to avoid those guidelines. I hope that makes sense. But just to say, Canva is very smart, and you see how I have all those empty spaces. Once I actually reduced it, now I know it's 2.4 by 1, and I can play around with the size. Anyways, so there you go. This is the best way I can make use of this gang sheet. I got several designs on here, and I got several size tags that I can use on my t-shirts. And now I'm getting more for my money instead of just having two. And if you didn't play Tetris with this, you would be having a lot of blank spaces. So if you're all about saving money and getting more for your dollar, play Tetris. Play Tetris with your canvas. Remove the empty spaces So now let's get to how you share this file to us. From Canva, because we have Canva, you can add us to your project. That way, we are able to get into your project, download it to our program, and print. That is the easiest thing you can do because one, it avoids you having to download it and use up your storage on your computer. And two, it makes sure that we download it at the highest quality. Because sometimes there have been customers where they send us their files at a very low DPI, and that kind of messes up, and it can cause images to be pixelated. But again, whatever you send us, we will print. We don't have the ability to change the quality or the colors once you send us a gang sheet. So please, please make sure you always download at the highest quality. Okay, so here are the options on how you can share the projects with us. So on the top right where it says share, you click on that. If you're going to share the project to us through Canva, you would click on the plus sign right here where it says add people, groups, or your team. So on there, you will give us access by putting in our email. And our email is reyesbrigade@gmail.com. So once you add us to this, we will be able to go on Canva, open your project, and download it ourselves into our program, print it, and done. This is the easiest way, honestly, fastest and easiest way, but it's completely up to you, however you want. The other option is same thing, click share, click on this part where it says download. And when you download this, you have to leave it at PNG, and you have to shoot this little arrow all the way up to the highest amount. When it reaches the end, that is the highest quality you can download, and that is the best quality. So right now, this whole page is 42 by 7200 px, and that is like the best quality you will get for this size of design. You also then have to click on transparent background. And I'm pretty sure, I can't remember if transparent background is part of the free Canva or if it's part of the paid Canva. I can't remember, I'm sorry. Okay, so according to Google, the transparent background is a free tool, a free option on the free version. The remove background on a image is free for only a one-time use. If you need to remove backgrounds on multiple designs, you're going to have the subscription Canva. But to save the file with a transparent background is on the free version also. Okay, so once you download it, it's going to go to your file on your computer. And then once you have it on your file on your computer, you then have to email it to us, reyesbrigade@gmail.com. Once we get it, we got to download it to our program, print it, and we're done. The only thing I'd say that sharing the project to us is going to save is storage for you, because when you're downloading multiple gang sheets, multiple designs on your computer, then you're gonna constantly have a lot of storage used up. So sharing it directly to us from Canva is a lot quicker. The quality is always going to be the best because when we download it, we always save it as the highest quality ever. And if we do come across one of the images having an issue, it is a lot easier for us to fix it. So, we'll get on the email, or if we have your phone number, we'll call you up and say, hey, this image looks a little off. Did you need it like this, or did you need to change it? And then you can get on your computer, on your account and make the changes, make the adjustments that is needed. Or if it's something quick, like if we see like one image is overlapping the other, then we'll get on here and like move it around for you to make sure that there's no issues. But quality wise, that is always depending on what file you're originally using. And we have no control of that other than telling you, like, hey, this quality that you have on this gang sheet is very low. Because you either downloaded it with a low quality, or the person that you got it from gave you a low quality image, which that has happened a lot. So always make sure that if you're buying designs from other makers, that you always check the description and make sure that it's like 300 dpi or higher, because anything lower than that, you're going to get a pixelated image. And if you ever like copy and paste from like Google or anything like that, you will run into that problem because you're never going to get the original quality. So yeah, so that goes to say, whatever, once we are able to access your project on Canva, it is a lot easier for us to fix small mistakes. If they're big mistakes, then we will contact you before we print it and tell you, hey, this is this and this and that. The only thing with that is that it's going to cause a delay on your printing if you don't, fix the errors very quickly. But if you are like, okay, let me get on it right now, I'll fix it right now. All right, cool. Fix it. Here, go ahead, check the project. I fixed the error. You don't have to reshare the project because we're already going to have access to it. And then we'll be able to be like, okay, perfect. Now it's good to go. We print and you're good to go. So this is how you can build a gang sheet using Canva. So if you're gonna send us the file, make sure it is at the highest quality when you download it, PNG with a transparent background. And another way that you can make sure that your designs have transparent backgrounds originally, try to find your sheet. Like, you see how I'm clicking and it's showing the boxes around the designs. Well, if I click right here, I'm clicking on the actual sheet, like the whole sheet is highlighted. So if I go to my color wheel and I change it to something darker, any color, you can see how these designs look on that color. And you can see that none of them have a background. That's how you know your file is good. That's how you know when we print it, there's not going to be any type of background. And then boom, they're so cute. Anyway, so here that's the tutorial, guys. Again, thank you so much. If you're not following us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, go follow us. We would appreciate the love. Give us some thumbs up. Share this video if you have other friends that are, t-shirt makers, and that, if they need any DTF prints, let them know that we're here for them. If you have any questions about any of this, any parts of this tutorial, feel free to leave us a comment. Thank you so much. You guys have no idea how much it means when we get the support from other small businesses. Y'all have a great day.